even today. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the visiting lecture today with Miss Kathleen Pulmones, as a Dean of the Business Administration Department. And for the topic today is Entrepreneurial Opportunity for English as a second language in the gig economy. And for today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas Tekom YouTube channel. And now I will read our agenda this afternoon. First, we will start class presentation delivered by Miss Kathleen and continue with the Q&A session. In the next session, we have time for documentation unless time is closing. Okay, let's begin. We will start class presentation delivered by Miss Kathleen. The time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Novita. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. And today I'll be talking about the entrepreneurial opportunities for ESL and the gig economy. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Who here have ever taught someone like how to say something in English? Maybe a friend, a classmate, or a younger sibling. You can type in the chat box. Anyone? Let me see. Okay, so the class that we have here with us is yes. Okay, so I assume everyone had experience already, right? Okay, so that's great. Now, well, that's one of the question that I'm gonna ask as well. Like, did you get paid for it after teaching or after giving your answer or your feedback in English? Did you get paid on that? STEKOM class? Did you get paid of sharing your English knowledge or expertise? I assume yes, and some maybe no. All right. So, well, what if I told you that even just a simple act of helping someone speak English can actually become a source of income? Are you aware of that? So, well, welcome to the world of ESL in the gig economy. Okay. So, for today, oops. Right. So, this is our objective that by the end of this lesson, you will be able to define ESL and the gig economy, understand how ESL can be a freelance job, discover where and how to teach English online, and see how ESL can help you start your own small business. Okay, so let's break it down. Okay, first, what is ESL? So ESL stands for English as a second language, and it means that this is teaching English to people who don't speak don't speak English as their native language. Okay, so ESL teachers usually help learners to speak fluently, write clearly, and understand grammar, culture, and context. Okay, so there, well, here's the cool part actually. The ESL teaching isn't just for classrooms. Okay, so you can teach online through applications or even informally. And this time, what is gig economy? Okay, so it says here that the gig economy is a flexible income, okay, and yeah, source of income actually through freelance or short-term jobs. Maybe some of you are into retail sales associate. I believe this is one of the top part-time jobs in Indonesia, right? Is it? Novita? Am I right? Okay, I assume it is also a yes. And also freelancers on platforms, being virtual assistants like that. And of course, online tutors. Okay, has anyone heard about being a online tutor for ESL in Indonesia, STEKOM class? May I have an answer in that? Okay. So yeah, I believe you are also aware of that one. Okay. So let's proceed. Yeah, for a moment. So that will be the focus of our lesson for today. All right. So why do we need to um share our expertise or knowledge in English? Okay, because we says that where ESL meets the gig economy. How is that possibly? Anyone? Okay. So, well, for additional information about the gig economy earlier, in a gig economy, you are actually your own boss. So, regardless if you have a huge capital or not, you set your own time. So, when we say you are your own boss, you set your own time, your rates, and even you can choose your clients. Okay. So, here we go. Um, why ESL? Yeah, why ESL industry? Now, let's try to connect the dots now. Okay, like how does ESL fit into the gig economy, and why is it that I mentioned earlier that it could also be one of the source of income? Okay, so did you know that there are actually 1.5 billion English learners? Okay, so it's not only in Asia, but I also had students somewhere in Spain, like that, Russia, or where, and everywhere. Okay, so for Asian countries like China, Korea, Japan, and Vietnam, they are actually hiring online ESL tutors. And the best part of it, you don't need to be a licensed teacher to begin. Okay, and all you need is skill, consistency, and also your willingness to learn. Okay. All right. So here we go. Um, as an ESL entrepreneur, you have actually many paths. So you can teach online, you can create content, you can sell resources, and at the same time, you can start a coaching business. So when I say you can actually teach online via the different platforms. For example, italki, Cambly, Amazing Talker, they let you create your own profile and set your schedule. And for creating content, you may share your lessons through YouTube, TikTok, or even on Facebook, right? And third is to sell the resources. You can turn your lesson plans to tips, what else, into ebooks and sell them. Okay, yeah, it's actually a good source of income, particularly for students like you. And one more thing is you can start a coaching business wherein you can offer specialized ESL lessons, not just for kids, but at the same time for working professionals and even to job seekers. All right. So, what do you actually need, or what are the required tools for you to get started? So, we have here just the basics. First, you should have device like laptop or smartphone. Yeah, that's possible. A stable internet connection, communication tools, just like what we are having right now, which is the Zoom, Google Meet, and the like. Okay. And when it comes to payment, the usual that we use is PayPal or even transfer wise. Okay, I'm not that sure in Indonesia, but I believe PayPal is also available in your country, right? Okay. So remember, you don't actually need to be a perfect English speaker. Okay. So many learners want someone that is patient, friendly, and can explain things clearly. Okay. And next, okay, so for the ESL opportunities for Indonesia and Filipino students, okay, as Filipinos and Indonesians, you have some amazing advantages, which includes this one. You have high English fluency than the most Southeast Asian countries. Okay, right, Novita? Can I have a thumbs up? All right, thank you. And your friendly and warm style actually makes you a great tutor, or makes you a great tutor. And also, the rate is actually affordable. Okay, so we provide affordable rates that really make us attractive to the international clients. So, well, these are just few of the um, first steps, no, that you'd be able to be equipped and for you to get started on being an ESL teacher, right? So, well, if you want to teach higher level students or work with institutions, there are actually certifications that really help in your application. So here, one of the good news is that World City colleges have has actually launch this World City Language Hub. And here, we'd be able to, or you'd be able to learn from us. You'd be able to uh, be equipped to be an ESL tutor. Okay. So because we are actually accredited reviewer and testing center as we partnered with a British Council of the Philippines. Right. So here you go. Maybe some of you would wonder, like, teacher, I don't have any experience. How am I going to start with the steps that you've mentioned? Um, we are not that ready yet. So here's the thing. Okay, first you need to create a profile. Okay, so it could be on the website that I've mentioned earlier, like italki, Cambly. What else? Can amazing talker and the like. Okay, so again, create a profile. Okay, that is a very interesting one, and then offer a free trial lesson to get your first few reviews, because these reviews really matter, you know, because they are the ones that would give, what do you call this, recommendation, whether the new students or whether an interest whether a potential student is going to book for your lessons or not. Okay. And then another thing is, of course, you have to promote your services. Okay. So where should promote this? So for example, on TikTok, on Instagram, and even on Facebook groups. Okay. And one more thing, you can join the webinars or free trainings to improve your skills. Okay, there are also some paid webinars that they are also helpful. Okay, so just to give you a feedback, I started, or yeah, just a little information about me. I started teaching English when I was in third year college, and I wasn't even an education or English major. I was a business administration student, and if I could do it, so you can, right? So start with small and what do you call this? You may also start while you are in the school, right? With your classmates, like that. Yeah, you can learn. You can learn and at the same time earn. Okay. Then next. All right. So this is a sample profile and platform. I've been mentioning about the amazing talker because this is open to everyone. Okay, so here, yeah, you can create your first your first ESL teacher profile, and then you may record a short introduction video. Okay, so later on, I'm going to give you the simplified format on how to do it. And as I mentioned earlier, join in some ESL freelancer group. Okay, it could be on Facebook, it could be on LinkedIn, for as long as you get updated and inspired. Okay, right. So here you go. There. So first, yeah, I already mentioned, set up your first ESL teaching profile, create a short video introduction about yourself in English, and yeah, join ESL freelancer community on Facebook or other social media platforms, right? Okay, and of course, we also have this one, right? So we would like to invite you to join our free online info session with WCC. So you can get expert tips on how to prepare for the IELTS exam, learn the test format scoring and registration process, and also you may ask your questions live and get real-time answers. So yeah, that's gonna be on August 7th, 6 p.m. in the Philippines, and that's, I believe, 5 p.m. in Indonesia. Okay. So, yeah, well, we would like you to explore the WCC Language Hub for more learning opportunities. Okay. And of course, I would like to get connected with you, or yeah, you can get connected with me, and you can if you wanted to know more about ESL opportunities, you can just scan the QR codes on the screen, and yeah, let's get connected together. Let's get connected, and also, um, yeah. So for the final thought, well, in the digital world, your English skills are actually more than just a subject. Okay? They are a service. So with a smartphone and a heart to help, you can actually become an ESL entrepreneur. And the discussion ends here. So the floor is now open for question and answer. Oh, I'm seeing one in the chat box. Okay. It's from Kinan. Okay, hi Kinan. Good afternoon. Um, is fluency in English becoming a gatekeeper for accessing high-paying opportunities in the gig economy? If so, is that fair or exclusionary? Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, English is actually one of the gatekeeper in our industry. Okay, in whichever industry you're going to choose from. Okay, and yeah, it is an access to high paying opportunities in the gig economy because the language that we use, particularly in IT these days, although it may be different from the discussion that I mentioned because I focus on the ESL industry. English is the medium of language that we use, especially with the IT industry, right? Okay, so aside from the programming languages like that, It is. English is the gatekeeper. And one of your question is, wait for a moment. If so, is that fair or exclusionary? Well, my answer to this one is that everything is past based these days. Okay, so we have to we have to embrace the emerging opportunities. So with English, it is I believe it is fair for as long as you'd be able to keep up. It's not, but for me, it's not an exclusionary because learning English is our actually personal choice, right? So yeah. Then next, Abdul. It's from Abdul. In a gig economy shaped by global demand, does speaking English as a second language offer freedom or simply a different kind of dependency? I believe it is both freedom. Yeah, I believe it's both freedom and a different kind of dependency, simply because, as I mentioned earlier, you have all the autonomy, whether you're going to learn it or not. And yeah, and then next is Paulina. How do perceptions of accent or grammar mistakes affect trust and professionalism in online entrepreneurial spaces? All right. So maybe let's just categorize it into two. One that is formal English and the other one is informal. Okay. So in informal English, we don't actually need to be very specific with grammar. Okay. Because as we all know, there are 50 states in the US and not all of them actually follow the SVO rule or the subject verb object. They use English phrases, they have idiomatic expressions and the like, right? So profession and online trust, affect trust and professionalism. Whoa, one thing that could really affect trust and professionalism is the confidence. It's not actually the way you what again, it's not actually about the accent. Because as I mentioned earlier, there are 50 states in the US and those states have different accent. What's the most important thing is that you'd be able to deliver and at the same time you have that neutral accent. Okay, so maybe some of us would think or would feel that the native speakers are really fast and delivering their messages, but actually not. They just connect some phrases and words like that. So we just have to learn the technique on how to do that. Okay, and to further improve, maybe so that you won't be to increase your confidence in speaking English, one of the technique that I could or one of the tip that I could share is watch English movies without subtitle and try to mimic the way they talk, okay, or the way they speak during the whatever they deliver or which whatever words they deliver and try to mimic, okay. And one more thing, mm, try to sing English music, okay, or English songs, should I say. That's actually one way of improving your accent. Then, is the pressure to sound native in order to attract clients limiting the authenticity and voice of non-native English entrepreneurs? All right. So if you are confident enough to share your knowledge and expertise in English, you won't get intimidated and pressured with the sound native thingy. Kai Kai or Haikal. Well, maybe I could give you an example. I actually grew up in the northern part of the Philippines, and our accent is really what do you call this? Yeah, it's actually totally different the way I speak now. I used to say hamburger like hamburger like that. That's how I speak before. So yeah, just keep on trying and at the same time practicing. From Mahan, am I right? Okay. In what ways should gig platforms adapt their design, policies, or algorithms to better support ESL entrepreneurs in achieving fair and sustainable success? All right. So, when it comes to the algorithm to better support ESL entrepreneurs, one of the platform that I've been using since pandemic is the Amazing Talker. So it's actually a matching system wherein if an interested or if a potential learner tried to look at your profile, you will get notified, and you have to respond like in 3 seconds if I'm not mistaken, because the notification will be sent to two teachers. So whoever respond the whoever respond first, then that will be the person who will get the what do you call this, the trial lesson notification. And then one of the thing that the platform helps the teachers is that they monitor how many absences you have, like that. Maybe because they already have yeah, it's already they already have the process, and it is automated. So there's whenever the teacher cancel the class or um skip the class without notifying the student, they get marked in it, and then the customer service notify them as well, and then ask the teachers to explain themselves, like that. So you actually have what do you call this, the autonomy of the platform itself. It's really a user it's really what do you call this, customized and at the same time user friendly. Mm, second class. Thank you. All right, you're welcome. Yeah. How about Novita? Do you have any question?
I guess no one else asking
All right.
again from us, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank. Yeah, for the presentation, is it enough? Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Before I close this event, for our participant, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three for documentation. Okay, one, two, three. Again, another one. One, two, three. Thank you for your keen cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of visiting lecture today. We would like to thank you for Miss Kathleen for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for all participants. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future with World City College Philippines. The visiting lecture for today and here. We hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome, Novita, and thank you, Stacom, for organizing this.